having to keep a certain academic standard while also still exploring my creativity has been one of the hardest things, has caused me the most turmoil. Because when people say, oh, art is a hobby, I'm like, yeah, it is, but for me, it's really not. It's kind of almost my whole life. I've been drawing, just like physically, like with pencil drawing for like 10 years. And it came out of boredom. The summer of first year of university is when I actually took it seriously. I was like, my life is falling apart a lot. Like, I'm actually in the toughest times I've ever been. So I decided to just release myself creatively. I just started posting and it became like an obsession and low-key an addiction. And I just kept on doing it over and over and over. And I thought of the name African Giant and I was like, I'm Nigerian, I'm like super tall. I realized, okay, art is actually my passion and art is my life, and that is what I want to do forever. Watching someone paint for like 2 hours is so boring. So I do anything to make it interesting and like eye-catching. Like, I just make cool visuals, not processed videos, but cool visuals associated with my art. That's how I describe it. I want to bring that culture of making art in like physical communities to Western. I painted Alan Shepard and I put it up on campus, just on like a crosswalk. So that was the first time I ever took art from my house to campus, and I was so nervous. It was received very well. No repercussions came from it, so I was like, okay, I can do this. So the next one I did was making 500 origami dragons and putting up on the UCC tunnel. That was really fun. That was so fun. I made an animation for the Blue Jays and I put all the frames on Weldon Library just in random spots. But no one really saw that one too much, but who cares? And then my most recent one is the Black History Month painting, which I think is my magnus opus. It's the best work I've ever done in my life. 2 days, no sleep, no nothing, like just drawing and painting and painting and drawing. As a Black student in Western, I really wanted to showcase Black excellence and Black students and the visibility. So I wanted to get their handprints on a canvas, and then after I got the handprints on the canvas, I took a picture of them and then I painted them to kind of signify like their mark on Western University. A lot of my art before this new era of my life was very inspired by comic artists such as Scotty Young, Jim Lee. Like, most of my art is very colorful and bright because like animation is colorful and bright, and that's where my mind always goes. My experience is definitely the second most influential in my art. Like, things I go through and things I see in the world and how I feel, especially. I made art about being tall and about being Black. That's also a big aspect of my art, just my racial identity and my nationality as well. So when I started the art, I'm not the wealthiest person ever. I don't have $1 million to just buy massive canvases, and the streets are literally where they throw trash. No one wants it, so I would just pick up anything. Literally, I think I picked up a tire once and I painted on it. I used to pick up like just random planks of wood and I would paint on it. The main thing I really want people to get is the wow factor. I really want people to be like, oh my days, wow, how did you do that? Like, what? Art is also a form of creative expression for me because I don't really like to talk about my feelings too much. So when I'm able to express my feelings through that, I'm hoping people who also don't like to talk about their feelings can somewhat relate to the art I'm showing. So that's the other aspect, man. That wow factor I need is thirst. Although I love making art and art is my obsession, I'm also a health science student, which is the biggest challenge of this art, especially because I have a scholarship that if I lose, I'll not be able to go to school anymore. So I really was like, is art a curse? Have I been cursed with this talent or this obsession to make art? Especially in second year, that was the toughest year, not only because I was taking organic chemistry and cell bio and all the hard health science courses, but I was also like super obsessed with art, and I just started making art. So I was like, I have to combine both. And my roommates can testify to this. I would always say, I'm never painting again. I hate painting. I'm done with it. And then 2 weeks later, I'm literally painting for 8 hours straight. So it's like, it's so difficult to explain to people that, yeah, I'm doing this as a hobby, but like, this is all I want to do all the time. But balancing both lives is probably the hardest thing I've had to go through during my university years, and maybe that's why I'm happy to be done with university.